Channel's Universe, tarot readings from the heart. So today's reading is your general year ahead 2015 reading. So this is what you can expect potentially within the year 2015, and this is for the zodiac sign of Pisces. So Pisces, how I do these readings, I shuffle the cards as I normally would off screen. I then, this time, instead of intuitively picking them, I pick the first 12, one after the other from the top, to represent the 12 months in the year, so from January to December 2015. I then split the cards into 3, so it would be the first 3 would represent January to March 2015, the second set of 3, April to June, the third set would represent July through to September, and the fourth, October through to December. I then pick a 13th card, so the 13th card in the pack from the top, to represent your overall reading. So it would really be the card that the 13th card will basically represent the gist of the reading, the overall energy that you should expect for 2015, and sometimes it will represent the advice that you need to take in order to achieve what you want to achieve in that year. The final thing to say is that this is a general reading, okay? So this isn't a personal reading. So a general reading simply means that this is just general, a general idea of what potentially could happen for you guys in that year. And for some Pisceans, it will apply, for some won't. For some Pisceans, between the months of January to March will apply, for some won't. For some it will be maybe from April to June it won't, and for some, you know, it will be the whole of the year will apply, okay? It just depends. That's why it's a general reading. For a personal reading, I'm getting the website set up. At the minute, once it's set up, you can contact me and I will either send you a video response or an email response. Okay, let's go ahead. For you Pisces in 2015, I think it's going to be a case of looking at these cards, planning and self-confidence, okay? And not kind of giving up. It's a good reading, okay, but there are a few challenges in 2015 that I can see. There's nothing major going on from these cards, but what I can see is that, you know, for some of you, you're going to need to take a new direction in order to feel at one with who you are, because I can see from January through to March that there is some support needed, because for some of you guys, it looks like you might have come to a stalemate. It looks like for some of you guys, there might be a situation that you've come to that you're thinking, you know what, I've kind of done with this and I'm kind of over it and I kind of need a solution to it. And it could be, I think for some of you guys, you'll be walking away from something in order to feel reawoken again, because I think for some of you guys in the year 2015, starting off in January, especially January through to March, you're feeling that there's a little bit of a dullness going on there, and you really want some kind of vigour going on in your life, and you're really wanting to take on new challenges. So let's get started. From January through to March 2015, I'll show you the cards that represent January, February and March. We've got the Five of Wands, the Two of Pentacles and the Two of Cups. Now this suggested to me with the Five of Wands, if you look at this card, there's some kind of disagreement or fight or conflict going on there. Now I'm not saying it's going to be as severe as that, but I certainly think that maybe for some of you guys during January to March, you're going to be thinking to yourself, you know what, I'm kind of bashing my head against a brick wall with something here, and I don't really see myself kind of being able to win the day out within this situation. It kind of feels a little bit stale. It feels a little bit that there's kind of deadlock here, and you know, for some of you guys, I feel that it's something to do with what you're juggling here. As you can see, that the person who's juggling these pentacles, they're kind of, I mean, this card, the Two of Pentacles, does represent juggling home life and love life and work and all those things, but it doesn't have to represent juggling those things, but it represents juggling several things at one time, or a couple of things at one time, and sort of trying to keep all those balls in the air. And I certainly think that for some of you guys, it could be a case of that you're trying to keep several things in the air, but you're kind of reaching a point where it's not kind of working out for you. And I feel that between January and March, there's going to be a real reevaluation of your life. So a real reevaluation of the things that you are juggling, and you're kind of feeling there's a bit of a deadlock there, and that you're not kind of winning through. You're just consistently juggling stuff. And I feel that for some of you guys, it's going to be a case of that you're kind of going to say, you know what, I'm going to admit defeat on this because I really just can't be dealing with this situation anymore. Don't get me wrong, when we give these readings, it doesn't mean there's going to be anything major happening. I mean, these aren't major arcana cards. These are minor ones. So it just simply means that these are situations that are potentially to a lesser degree than you would get within a major arcana card. But all the same, it's a situation that I feel that for some of you guys that's going on potentially from now and in January. It will be the culmination of, you know what, January to March, it will be a culmination of, you know, I've kind of sort of had enough of this situation, and, you know, I don't see myself kind of going any further with it. There's just so much to juggle, and I'm kind of having to keep all these balls in the air, and it's not working out for me. But I do see that you've got support there between January and March, because we've got the Two of Cups. This card traditionally means love coming in and union of souls, and, you know, a lot of kind of emotional support going on there. So I would say that through this time, you've got someone who's supporting you there, or is going to support you there, and you feel that emotional connection with that person. So that could be someone within your family, it could be a love partner, it could be anything. But I certainly feel that through this feeling between January and March that, you know, you've had enough of juggling something, or you've had enough of a particular situation, or there's a little bit of stress or conflict within a situation. I certainly feel that you're going to have support there through that within January and March. And it's funny because through April and June, we've got you walking away from something. So I think it's going to be this situation potentially for some of you guys that's going on. We do have, sorry, I've just dropped one of the cards here, I'll put that back. So we do have from April through to June, we've got the Emperor, we've got the Eight of Cups, and we've got the Judgment card. Now, to my mind, this could either mean that you're walking away from someone, it could be a love partner, it could be a work situation, but someone who's quite authoritative, someone who's quite, because the Emperor is a very authoritative character. He's very assertive, he's a very strong male energy. He's very confident, he can be a paternal figure, so it could be, you know, your father, it could be your boyfriend, your husband, anyone who's a paternal figure within your circles. It could be a boss, it could be anyone. I mean, this doesn't usually represent, I think, a boss. I think this usually represents maybe someone who's closer than that. But certainly this is a very strong male energy. So it could be you represent you walking away from this male energy, okay? Because this Emperor person, all right, is also considered to be, can be considered to be quite an insensitive individual. So if it's this person here and they connect up with this Five of Wands, and you're reaching kind of a stalemate situation with that person, then we could look at you walking away from the situation with that person if it becomes unbearable. However, this the Emperor card, if it's the energy within you and how you're feeling, it could be that you start to feel a lot more confident to walk away from the situation, okay? So it could be at the beginning of the year that you're kind of, you know, feeling that you're juggling so much, your emotions, you're juggling along with the things that you have to do in your everyday life. And it could be that between April and June, that for some of you guys, that you do kind of conjure up that assertion, and you kind of conjure up that self-confidence to say, you know what, this situation isn't serving me, so I'm just going to do one, and I'm just going to sort of walk away from it. And I think that in doing that for some of you guys, it's really going to kind of reawaken you again. It's going to kind of give you that second chance in life that you've been looking for. It's going to kind of give you the energy, the feeling of being reborn, okay, which essentially is what the Judgment card is about. You know, we look at this angel here and he's calling these people to action. These people were once dead. These people were once dormant, okay? They once had no feeling, okay? They were once gone. They'd gone to the other side for a while, and this angel now comes and he sounds the trumpet, and the trumpet reawakens them, and that trumpet is the walking away, okay? That walking away then kind of reignites your passion, reignites you. It gives you rebirth. It makes you reborn. And I feel that with walking away from whatever this situation is, it's either that you're going to get the confidence and assertion up to do that, or you're going to be walking away from someone who you probably consider to be a little bit too insensitive, or a little bit too in your face, or a little bit too aggressive. So it could be either or. You're walking away from someone, or you're walking away from a situation that's like that, or you're you've got the assertion or the self-confidence or the self-assurity to do that, to walk away from a situation, which then in turn makes you feel reborn as a person within those 3 months. And I certainly think this follows on with the reading for some of you guys, that between the months of July and September, we're looking at the Page of Swords, we're looking at the Four of Swords, and we're looking at the King of Wands. And the Page of Swords is really about kind of new challenges and being ready for it. If you look at this guy here, he looks like he's ready to go. He looks like he's ready for anything. He's looking like he's ready to strike down anything that comes in his way. He's looking like, you know what, come on, come on, come on, let's do this. Let's, you know, you come at me and I'm gonna get you. And to me, this says to me that you guys, between the months of July and September, for some of you guys, it will be a case of right from January, when we looked at those cards, the Five of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, and the Two of Cups, that, you know, for some of you guys, you've been feeling a little bit of a stalemate there. You've been feeling like you've probably got nothing left to give, that there's so much to juggle, there's so much on your mind potentially. I think that the Two of Pentacles is more to do with what's going on in your brain than anything else, that you're saying, you know what, I can't do this anymore. There's support there, there's union there with something. It doesn't have to be with a partner, because that partner could potentially be the Emperor, or potentially it's support with your partner and the Emperor represents a situation that you want to walk away with, or that you've had enough of, or that you just feel that you've come to a stalemate with. And this is saying to me, you know, I've walked away from this now, I feel reborn, and I feel ready for anything. I feel ready for any challenges that might come my way. I feel ready just to go. And we have the Four of Swords here, though, which means that it can mean two things for me, really. It can mean with the Four of Swords that in walking away from anything in the new year that was causing you a little bit of stress, or you were feeling like, I can't be bothered with this anymore and I've just had enough of it, the Four of Swords is really saying that there's a recuperation of your energy. So for some of you, it could have been a situation that was making you feel really deflated, okay? All these people in the Judgment card were once dead. They were once kind of, you know, they weren't here. They'd gone to the other side. They hadn't been called to action again. But I feel that in walking away, you've been called to action now, to be reborn, to be reignited. Your passions, your spirit, your emotions, everything's reignited with this card. And I feel that because now you feel the energy of action come back in, you feel ready for anything, that you're healing now with the Four of Swords. You're basically healing yourself. You're getting healed. You're getting better from being dormant and from feeling practically, for some of you guys, maybe dead inside. You're now healing from that. You know, you've been awoken. You're healing with the Four of Swords. And for some of you guys, I mean, this Four of Swords represents August. It could mean that you take a well-deserved rest. You go on holiday, you take time to recuperate, you take time out for yourself, you relax. So it could mean anything like that. The energy of action is there. You're ready for anything, but you're taking a break. Or you're just taking a break from feeling so stressed or feeling pissed off at a situation, and you're really healing now with this Four of Swords. And I feel that with this card here, the King of Wands, that this is all about taking a risk and learning from mistakes, and you know, being boldly confident and feeling, you know, that you're ready just to kind of go for it. But this is based on things that have happened in the past, so it's based on kind of looking at a past situation and saying, okay, I'm ready to go for this new thing, but I'm also going to think about what it was that kind of didn't work out before, and I'm going to kind of follow a new path, but I'm not going to do it in the way that I did it before. And I certainly think that through the time of healing and through the time of relaxation and through the time of kind of, you know, taking that time out for yourself, guys, you're going to just have that renewed vigour and vim, and you're ready to go, and, you know, but you're thinking about the past mistakes and you're learning from them. This time with the Four of Swords, you could have had time to think about those things, and now you're approaching stuff from a different perspective. And the final 3 months we're looking at here, from October to December 2015, is you guys with the Two of Wands. You know, it's new for you, okay? There was a situation, it looks like to me, going on from 2014 where you were feeling kind of dormant, and you weren't feeling alive, and you weren't feeling yourself, and you were kind of thinking, you know, in your head, you were just juggling all these thoughts. and you were kind of feeling like, I need some solace on this, I need some solutions on this, I'm getting nowhere with this particular situation. And though you've had some support in there, you knew that you had to walk away from it. And you had to pursue a different path. You were ready to take on a new challenge. And the new challenge comes with the Two of Wands, because the world is your oyster. You're looking at it and you're thinking, okay, I'm going to do something new here. I'm going to take a risk. I'm going to go down that path. I don't really know where it's going to lead me, but this is an adventure. This is something that I want to do. This is something where I want to go here. I want to take this on now. I'm ready for it. I've had my rest. I've had my recuperation. I've healed myself. I've been on holiday. I've done all of that stuff. And now I really am truly ready to take on this new life, this new adventure. And this comes with the Two of Wands. And then we have the Five of Cups. And traditionally the Five of Cups is about loss and disappointment and all those things. But it potentially, for me, I think this card represents, towards the end of the year, looking back and looking at those losses and looking at, if you can call them losses, that is, but looking at what you walked away from, okay, and maybe feeling a sense of sadness about that. But the sadness doesn't last long at all, because you've got just too much to do, Pisces. You've just got too much to do. I think this is a very short-lived thing where you're looking at, you know, what it is that you potentially walked away from in 2015, and there is a sense of sadness about it, maybe. But then, you know that you've got this stuff behind you. You know that you've got this upstanding vigour and this new vim and this new this new energy around you, and it just doesn't last long. This is just like looking back in, you know, you're looking at the cups forward, but you're going to be turning around and looking at this, what you have. To me, this is just like a little time that you've taken just to look at stuff that you had to walk away from potentially in 2015. But we've got the Queen of Wands here, and the Queen of Wands, she is brilliant. She's self-assured, she's attractive, she's aware of her own beauty, she is confident, she's very confident, she's you know, she's quite magnetic, she's quite upbeat. And towards the end of the year, you guys, it says to me in these readings, you're going to be feeling like this. You're going to be feeling upbeat. You're going to be feeling magnetic. You're going to be feeling beautiful. You're going to be feeling really, really good, because you've taken that step to actually, you know, it's been a process through 2015. It's been a process to walk away from something that wasn't working out from you, to admit defeat on it, to admit that, you know, you weren't going to be able to go any further with it because it was just doing your head in. But you took the time to heal yourself. When you made the decision potentially to walk away from whatever it is in 2015, you were reborn again as a person. You decided you weren't going to be that person you were before. You decided that you were going to be reborn. You were going to reinvent yourself. You were given another chance to do what you want to do. And it just suggests to me through this reading that you've really carefully taken this process, and you have thought about it. You have planned it. You have thought about it. And it's made you feel really good. You have thought about it. It took you a few months to think about it, but you did it. You did it. And through this, you're just going to be feeling more self-assured. You're going to be able to tackle all sorts of things. You're going to be quite successful, I think, in 2015, definitely. But this suggests to me that you're ready for it. You're happy. You're happy with your choices. You're happy with your decision. There are no regrets. There's only a little sadness through the Five of Cups at having to walk away from something. But that's very short-lived, because you're back to your sexy, self-assured, confident self. There you are in that picture. That's you. And then the 13th card to represent the whole reading, which really sums it up for me, is the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands. And this card is really good, because this card sort of has a double meaning, really. On the one hand, it's about exploring future possibilities, but it's about being an explorer and sort of making your plans, which you are doing through 2015 to do that. And it's about your ships coming in. We've got 3 little ships here on the bottom of the picture. And it's about making movements towards having your ships come in for you. But this card is also about real good luck and good fortune coming to you through 2015. And really what you're putting out there is what you're getting back. You've released something in 2015. I really believe some of you guys are going to be releasing the resistance, the stalemate at the beginning of the year, and potentially through 2014 that was holding you back. And your ships are coming in now for 2015, towards the whole of 2015. You've just been attracting these ships in, even if you didn't know it. But through making certain choices, decisions, taking options, healing yourself, which everybody should do, you know. Because if you try and change stuff in your life without healing what was gone on before, or what has gone on before, sorry, it's very difficult to manifest anything when you've still got lots of baggage going on with you. So you've taken the time out to heal your life and heal yourself. And here we find that you've got your ships coming in 2015. So I think that this reading is all about you guys planning, making your plans in 2015, deciding what's good for you and what's not good for you. And though for some of you guys it might take a bit of time and courage to move forward, you soon get your confidence. 2015 is all about healing, really taking a good look at yourself, really deciding what it is that you want and don't want. And when you release resistance, being reborn again. This is a really good reading for you guys. Really good reading. Because I can see that for some of you guys, you have been in a bit of a deadlock there. You know, you've been a bit dormant. You've not been feeling yourself for some of you guys through this reading. And you've been feeling kind of like, I really want to make some changes here because I just feel like everything's a bit chaotic and a bit, you know, there's some support going on there, definitely. I don't know who through. Could be your family, could be your friends, could be a loved one. But you're walking away from a situation that isn't serving you. Taking time to recuperate, rest, reevaluate. And you're coming back stronger and sexier than ever. Your ships are coming in. This Three of Wands talks about building on what you've already learned and what you've already got. And I certainly think that because you've learned from past mistakes during 2015, you're just going to be building on that. You're going to be building on the lessons that you've learned. And it's really funny because we had the King of Wands, which talks about taking risks and going for things, but with insight. So knowing what's not worked for you before and building on that. And that really ties in with this Three of Wands. Building on stuff. You've already laid the foundations and now you just need to build on it. So guys, that's your reading for the year 2015. Thank you so much for joining me. And next up will be your Law of Attraction reading for 2015. And this is all about what you can expect to attract in from the universe during 2015. So I will see you on that reading and have a great day. Take care.